How does the irony of this situation pass you by? 2 hours I was on that train. They made 19 announcements I was in the quiet carriage. I was in the quiet carriage. There was only one reason it wasn't quiet, and that was 19 announcements shouting about how quiet it was in the quiet carriage. Don't make the announcements in the quiet carriage. It's not a quiet carriage if you keep shouting, please refrain from using any electronic equipment. You're on a tannoy pot kettle, mate. You might as well go down the aisle with a trombone just going boom. Keep it down. This is the quiet carriage. Quiet carriage. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Quiet carriage. Keep it down. Phones off there. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Quiet carriage. Boom, boom, boom. Quiet carriage. Quiet. Quiet carriage. Quiet carriage. I had to run in the quiet carriage. It's in your... 7:30 in the morning, this is. This guard, I'm not joking, have you ever met anybody who you try sarcasm on him, but he's got like a Buzz Lightyear sarcasm shield? I was throwing the most sarcastic stuff at him I could think of, but he was doing some kind of matrix avoidance thing, so the sarcasm went over his head. It was genius the way he said, you can't use your Walkman. It's 2012, right? You can't use your Walkman in here. This is the quiet carriage, right? I said sarcastically, I didn't realize it was the quiet carriage. Didn't you hear all the announcements? I loaded up with sarcasm again. I said, that depends. Was 19 all of them? Why are you still using it if you heard them? I said I had to drown the pissing things out somehow. And then he took it up a gear. He took the argument up a gear because he used a word on me. He used a word on me. This is a word I've heard all my life, right? Since I was a child. Have they used this word on me on the trains? And you know sometimes an alarm bell goes off in your head, but you can't quite put your finger on it. You can't quite articulate what it is that annoys you about it. All my life this has bugged me, and then suddenly that day I realized that it's such a pompous, up-your-arse, disproportionate word to describe the thing you're talking about. Because he said, you can't use it in here. You can't use your Walkman in here. You can use it in any of the carriages or any of the vestibules. And I was like, I'm going to ask for once in my life, what are the pissing vestibules you've been banging on about? It's quite a grand word. Isn't it? He said, the vestibules between the carriages. I said, oh, the vestibules. Of course, that bit with the two stinking as an overflowing bin and a hippie. Of course, the vestibules. You don't mind if I look up vestibule quickly in my dictionary, do you? Let's have a quick... Oh, no, here it is. Here it is. I stand corrected. You are quite right. Vestibule, it's a noun. It comes from the French. It means confined space where people who've paid a fortune for no seat freeze their tits off outside a stinking, unusable I said, I must say, it's a shame it's a morning train. Imagine the vestibules are breathtaking at sunset. I mean, they're breathtaking now, but that's mainly because there's actual shit on the walls of one of the toilets. He said, no, I've cleaned that off now. I thought, another fecal smudge removed from a toilet wall successfully. Another inexplicable turd print gone. I can laugh about these things now.